Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Calypso Kids TV. I am your host today, Ray West, and it is a day with Ray. Today we're at South Coast Horizons where we're going to take you guys kayaking, show you the importance of the mangroves and the environment. Stay tuned. Yeah guys, so this is a great way to see Antigua. It's kayaking like this through the beautiful mangroves. You get to see all of this stuff. I didn't even know this existed. Whew. Look at the clarity of the water. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Alright guys, so we're standing here in the Mangrove Trail and surrounding us is the red mangrove, and Sativa is going to tell us a lot more about these red mangroves that we're standing amongst.
Alright, so what you see around us are the red mangroves. Now in the US and the Caribbean, red mangrove trees, they will grow up to 30 feet, while in places like Australia they will grow up to 80. So yes, we have the smaller types. Now that's not the only thing about the red mangrove. They have a special root system which we call the prop root system. Now the prop root system is when the tree grows up from one shrub and then the roots then come out of the bark of the tree and find themselves down into the soil. So that's what we call a prop root system. Now the red mangrove trees, they absorb a lot of carbon dioxide and they release a lot of oxygen. So a lot of birds will live in the red mangrove trees for the fact that it allows them to get a lot of oxygen. Now in the mangrove, right? So if you look, the water is always like flat and you won't see big waves. Now that's because of the high canopies of mangroves, mangrove trees. Now it stops that excess wind from getting into the lagoon and it keeps it calm even in times where like storms are approaching. So in the event of a storm and hurricane, now because of the high canopies, it kind of controls the tide and the water levels in a sense in the mangrove. So a lot of fish will come to the mangrove in the hurricane season, in the storms and so forth for protection. It's a place that they will be enclosed and protected from that large rough sea.
Is it illegal to deforest these mangroves?
Yes, indeed it's illegal to cut them down. It's illegal to burn.
This is incredible guys. Trust me, you gotta come and check it out. South Coast Horizons at its finest, I'm telling you.
Woo.
Alright guys, so we're standing up here with the three different species of mangrove that we told you about. The buttonwood, the black mangrove and the white mangrove. Sativa, tell us about this. Is the white mangrove here, right?
These are the white mangroves. Now straight off, if you look at the leaves, it has a smooth feeling and you can feel it like it feels like leather in a way. All that smooth feeling is across it.
Okay.
So that's one way how we could indicate it. Also, if you look at the base of the leaf, you will notice that there are two knobs. See them?
Okay.
And so this is where the salt would be exerted from the plant.
Okay, so when it drinks the water, of course, the salt extracts through these plants.
Yeah,
nice.
through these two pores right here.
Nice,
at the bottom
nice.
These are the white mangrove plants.
Very nice. Okay, and then we have the buttonwood over here.
Then right here, now these are the blacks.
Oh.
Now these are the black mangroves, right?
Okay.
Now the black mangroves, if you look, the leaves are more pointier and you may see some crystals on the leaves. Now the black mangrove trees on sunny days when there's no rain and they just get that pure salt, now the leaves, the trees will actually sparkle in the sun. You can see them glittering in the sun.
Yeah.
And that's because they would absorb that water and the leaves are like a filter to them. Also, their root system. So just like the red mangroves, the black mangroves has a special root system which are called the new molecules.
Okay.
Now if you look at the surface of the black mangrove trees,
Like all these ones here.
yeah, you'll notice some shrubs are coming up. these are actually the roots of the black mangrove tree. And what will happen now, because they're projected outwards, it will allow the tree to breathe. So see, like there's a lot of sand right here covering up all the main roots. Now these will just allow the tree to breathe. If they get a lot of water in also, if there's too much water around, the trees will still get that chance to breathe.
This is awesome. So now we have the buttonwood mangrove.
Buttonwood.
I just stepped on a root.
Let's look for a button.
This guy knows his trees, huh? Pay attention, kids. You got to know your mangroves, know your trees. Very important.
Now right here, you will have a buttonwood mangrove tree.
And how can you tell the difference between the buttonwood now from the other three species?
Now, the buttonwood mangrove trees, the leaves are more rough. You feel the buttonwood mangrove trees, the leaves are more rough. Not only that, but they do produce like a seedling. Now, that little seedling that they produce with some seeds,
okay.
a lot of birds do feed from the buttonwood mangrove.
Okay.
So you see the little kitty birds, etc. You see them around the buttonwood mangrove tree just picking up the little seeds.
Provides a lot of nutrients for them.
Provides a lot of nutrients for them. Now, we can't really show you any of the seedlings because we have a lot of birds around. And they eat
They've been feasting, buffet style.
They eat all the buttonwood. Alright?
Okay.
Now, the buttonwoods are more medicine and more food to the birds in the mangrove.
Okay. And what type of birds live inside of the mangrove?
Well, for the popular bird, I would say we have the black heron bird, which is seen a lot. We still have pelicans. The white herons do come around, which we call the garlings.
Yeah, and those little white birds, the royal terns, they come inside as well too?
The royal terns, they come inside also.
Okay.
We do see a few seagulls 1 and 2 times, but 2 days ago we had 2 ducks in the mangrove.
The whistling ducks?
Yeah.
Wow, so that's our national ducks. Yeah.
There are ducks in the mangrove at this moment.
Nice.
As we speak.
Guys, all the way up there, Charlie, if you could show our kids at home, our highest point in Antigua. Boggy Peak, also known as Mount Obama, stands at 419 meters or 1,319 feet. Yeah, oh yeah, you got to see it from up there, see everywhere in Antigua. Guys, we're going to take you up there one day. Alright guys, so right here, South Coast Horizons, we're going to show you on a very good day at the back of me, you could be able to see the French island of Guadeloupe, shaped like a butterfly. So if you look at it from your map, it shapes exactly like a butterfly. It's 59 miles south. On a perfect day, you can see it clearly. And then 27 miles or 29 miles on the southwest, you would see Montserrat on a very clear day. That's where they have the active volcano, which erupted in 1993. The last eruption was that, and was then, sorry. Trip. Now I can see why we're going snorkeling after kayaking. You really want to cool down afterward. Oh yeah, let's go take you to Kate's Reef. Alright guys, so we're here standing up with the one and the only Captain James. Here he's been working at South Coast Horizon for quite some while now, and he's going to tell us a lot more about the reefs and the ecosystem and how we can better take measures into place to take care of our reef system and also our mangroves. So Captain James?
Well, the reef. I've been there for what? 30 something years been going, maybe more. Yeah. When I first started, the reef was very beautiful. The corals were all alive. But over the years, you have seen a big change where it's like the corals, they start bleaching, start turning gray. One of the reasons could have been the wash from shore with all the stuff coming from the farm's land.
Oh, like pesticides.
Pesticides,
and so on.
that's
Okay.
right. You know, in the silt coming out, that could be a reason. We also have to think about global warming. And
Would you say some of the tourists coming here are people using sunscreen which are not reef friendly as well too? Oil
Well,
spills?
there is some of that. And surprisingly, a couple months ago, I had a chat with a lady and she said, don't worry, I have the right suntan lotion. It's very reef friendly. So maybe that also can help, you know. Folks come in, make sure you're here with reef friendly suntan lotion. That way it helps to preserve whatever little that's there and whatever there that's coming back.
Don't know, in the Caribbean on the shorelines we have what we call the manchineel trees. Now the manchineel trees are very toxic. So if it's the rain and you're standing under a manchineel tree, you will get severe burns and blisters. If it gets into your eyes, you will not be able to see anything and you need to see a doctor immediately. Right? Now the manchineel trees also produce a fruit which looks similar to what we would call in Antigua the dums. Now you got to know how to differentiate the different looks between a manchineel tree and a dums tree, because the dums and the manchineel trees are very different. Manchineels are poisonous while dums are edible. Alright? Now we have a lot of mud crabs, blue crabs, fiddler crabs, a lot of crabs around the mangroves, right? Now, the crabs do love the mangrove because of the soil and the salt content. So if you didn't know, crabs do need fresh water and salt water for them to breed. When it's time for the crabs to breed, they will go from salt water into fresh water. So that's how they lay their eggs. This aloe vera looking plant. Now this is our national plant, which is called agalap.
Yeah.
Alright, now this here is a male. Now the females will grow a bark through the center, and now the bark from the female plants back then they used to cut them and make floating rafts.
Yeah.
Now the floating rafts used to be called the dagger buoys. Now, a lot of guys in the southern region and around Antigua used to use these rafts for fishing. So they would get a lot of female dagger log plants, cut out the bark out of the center and make floating rafts that are called dagger buoys. Now that practice isn't here anymore. The tradition isn't passed on or hasn't been passed on to our generation, but it's something that you could try one of these days in your summer. look, we have two different types of cactus right here. So this type is the one that you will usually see in bushes. Now these are also used just like the aloe by the Rastafarians. They will cut them down and they will use the inside bark, and they will wash the scalp because it's full of nutrients for that. Now these ones that we have right here, there's another type that we keep in our home gardens called the cassie. Now both of them are edible, right? Now if you don't know, it's usually cooked in our traditional foods like dumpling, saltfish, and you have it at the side. We will slice the thorns off, cut it up, boil it, and then you add some salt to it for some flavor. Now as I said, there are two types, the ones with these thorns and the ones without the thorns, but both of them are edible. So these red and black seeds here, these are called jumbi beads. Well, to us locals, we call them jumbi beads. I'm not sure with the scientific term. Now what we will use them for is craft. This is one of our most popular craft items. We will use them and we will make cups, necklaces, etc. You name it, this is our cultural craft item, the jumbi beads. Now they grow on some vines and then they will push themselves out, the seedlings, and they have some pretty beautiful seedlings, the jumbi beads. This is what we will call an ear plant. Now ear plants are like parasites, so they don't really need the soil to grow. They will depend on other trees. You will see them on utility poles, light poles, etc. Now other term for them, you will call them succulents. So you will see a lot of them around the regions, but mostly they could actually be used for decoration purposes. So you will see them in offices, in some small pots, in bathrooms, etc.
Alright guys, so we're on top of Goat Hill right here, and I'm telling you, it is incredible. The waves are crashing over the reef. We're in halfway between the Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea, and we still have a lot more to show you, so stay tuned.
So we have a next type of cactus here. Now these produce a fruit through the head right here. Now it's similar to a dragon fruit and it's similar to a kiwi. Now they usually come out through the top and you gotta pull them out. And the flowers, if you look, the flowers are pink. There are some pink flowers, right? Now if you are passing any cactus tree and you see any pink flowers shooting up, trust me, you want to try the taste of it. Again, we have an overlook of Goathead Hill, which you could see Cade's Reef. You could see Cade's Reef into the distance. Now, if you know the southern side and Old Road, you will know on a clear day, you could have seen Guadeloupe, Montserrat, Redonda, which is Antigua's baby sister other than Barbuda, and Nevis from this one view. Now, if you look again, you will see that there's a lot of corals around. So Cade's Reef, you'll see that there's a large reef, and right below us here, you see that there's a lot of corals around the region. In between Cade's Reef and right where we're looking at, which is called Bay Reef, in between Cade's Reef and Bay Reef, it's a 50-foot drop off. So it's like a valley in between Cade's Reef and Bay Reef. Alright? Now in these regions we got a lot of guys who do fishing around. So they will get a lot of barracudas, they will drop fish pots, or even some guys will come in and they will do like seine fishing. Right? So seine is when you get a large net, a large group of people with a boat, and they come and they pull a net from way out into the sea, coming straight to the land. Now that will get a lot of fish from out of the water at once. Now these regions are popular for fishing because we have a large home or multiple homes ecosystem for the fish around the region. When corals are bleached, that means they're either dead or they're pretty sick. Now, for them to come back, we gotta treat them like they're babies. So they're very delicate because a coral actually takes 24 months to grow 1 centimeter.
Wow.
So when we get in contact with the corals, if you're on the shoreline and you see corals, or even if you're at the way out in the sea at one of these reefs, you try your best not to kick,
Step on them,
touch, step,
Yeah.
anything to these corals because they are very important and they're very precious.
Yeah.
Now, if we damage the corals, the fish will not have nowhere to live, nowhere to breed. So it will give a cutback on us if we need something to eat.
Deplete the source of food
Yeah.
from the ocean. So it's a cycle. You take care of the reef will take care of you.
Yeah, so if we try our best to protect the reefs, it's more food for us and we will live longer. And trust me, fish is one of the most tasty things that we could eat, and I don't think that our generation would go good without it.
I'm sure the kids at home and watching this, also the parents, would take into consideration of the facts and the measures that we have to take in place to take care of our ecosystem of reefs in our country. All right?
Stop dropping plastic bags because that's bad for the turtles,
Yeah.
right? Because they feed off jellyfish and they can differentiate a plastic bag from the jellyfish. So they see something transparent, you know what's gonna happen. And if we can also eliminate throwing garbage, you know, you're out on a boat or on a picnic, try and keep your bottles, your cans, take a garbage bag with you.
I'm glad you said that, Captain, because I've seen a lot of these fetes for this carnival. People have been having fetes on the beaches, and I hope that the promoters take into consideration to clean up or put in place of no plastic measures and bottles and all of this sort of stuff, because sometimes I would go diving because I do snorkel and spearfish and so on, and I would see debris in the water. And I would just like to reach out and on behalf of everybody who works on the water, we'd like to tell you guys at home and promoters, please look into it and make sure you do not destroy the ecosystem. All right?
Brilliant.
One love. Thank you very much once again, Captain James.
Blessings.
This has been a production of Calypso Kids TV at South Coast Horizons. Yeah, man, stay tuned for another episode.
Blessings, man. Big respect.
Every time. All right, guys, this has been a production of Calypso Kids TV. I have been your host, your presenter today, Ray West, and this has been A Day with Ray here at South Coast Horizons. You've learned a lot from the man Sativa and James, the captain, and trust me, I hope you guys get ready for the next episode next time here on Calypso Kids TV.